Om Shanti. In the infinity of life, where I am, all is perfect, whole and complete. The past has no power over me. Because I am willing to learn and to change. I see the past as necessary to bring me to where I am today. I am willing to begin where I am right now, to clean the rooms of my mental house, I know it does not matter where I start. So I now begin with the smallest and the easiest rooms. And in that way, I will see results quickly. I am thrilled to be in the middle of this adventure. For I know I will never go through this particular experience again. I am willing to set myself free all is well in my world. I am willing to set myself free all is well in my world. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Am I audible? How's everyone today? Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. That's good. Okay. I'm great as well. Thank you. I hope everyone did the homework yesterday that we read about. So we'll move ahead today. I'll just share the screen. Okay. Is the screen visible to everyone? Okay. All right. Thank you. Karuna ji has sent a message. Yeah, the text is, it's in the book. It's at the end of this chapter. So we'll be reading it now as well. So that's where I did the meditation from today. Okay. So let's continue. Okay. Choosing our parents. I agree with the theory that we choose our parents. The lessons that we learn seem perfectly matched to the weaknesses of the parents we have. The lessons that we learn seem perfectly matched to the weaknesses of the parents we have. I believe we are all on an endless journey through eternity. We are all on an endless journey through eternity. We come to this planet to learn particular lessons that are necessary for our spiritual evolution. We choose our sex, our color, our country, and then we look around for the perfect set of parents who will mirror our patterns. Our visits to this planet are like going to school. If you want to become a beautician, you go to the beauty school. If you want to become a mechanic, you go to the mechanic school. If you want to become a lawyer, you go to law school. The parents you picked this time around are the perfect couple who are experts in what you have chosen to learn. The parents you picked this time around are the perfect couple who are experts in what you have chosen to learn. When we grow up, we have a tendency to point our fingers accusingly at our parents and say, "You did it to me." But I believe we chose them. So in this paragraph, the author is saying that, we're not, we are an endless journey through eternity. तो ये पहली बार नहीं है जो हम यहाँ आए. We are a soul and we are on a journey. So we choose what we get. They say you attract what you are. So what's been going on from so many past lives and the way our journey has been, accordingly, we choose our parents. So it's we choose them and we are on a journey. Okay. So the next is listening to others. Our older brothers and sisters are gods to us when we are little. If they were unhappy, they probably took it out on us, physically or verbally. They might have said things like, "I'll tell on you for dash, 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 instilling guilt. You are just a baby. You can't do that. You're too stupid to play with us." So has anyone experienced elder siblings? कोई बड़े भाई बहन हैं जिन्होंने ये सब बातें बोली हैं आपको जब आप छोटे थे? I've experienced this from my elder brother. Okay. So teachers at school often influence us greatly. In the 5th grade, a teacher told me empathetically, I was too tall to be a dancer. I believed her and put away my dancing ambitions until I was too old to make dancing a career. Did you understand that tests and grades were only to see how much knowledge you had at a given time? Or were you a child who allowed tests and grades to measure self-worth? So this is really important, that tests and grades were only to see how much knowledge you had at a given time. But what we do is if we don't score well, we think, we're not intelligent enough, we're not good enough. And we measure that as self-worth. So here the author is, saying it very beautifully that it's only to see how much knowledge you had. It's not a measure of self-worth. मतलब अगर नहीं अच्छे मार्क्स आए इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप नहीं कर सकते हो या you're not good at something. It's just to see कि उस time कितना knowledge और understanding थी. Our early friends share their own misinformation about life with us. The other kids at school can tease us and leave lasting hurts. When I was a child, my name was Looney, and the kids used to call me lunatic. तो ये सब भी बहुत होता है ना स्कूल्स में, नाम को लेके चिढ़ाना और ऐसे नाम रखना, टीज करना छोटी छोटी बातों पे। बट कहीं ना कहीं ऑल दीज थिंग्स हैव एन इफेक्ट ऑन अस. Neighbors also have an influence, not only because of their remarks, but also because we are asked, what will the neighbors think? ये होता है ना बचपन में, कहते हैं क्या सोचेंगे नेबर्स, क्या बोलेंगे लोग, क्या सोचेंगे आपके बारे में. Think back to the other authority figures who were influential in your childhood. And of course, there are the strong and very persuasive statements made by advertisements in periodicals and on television. All too many products are sold by making us feel we are unworthy or wrong if we don't use them. So, television and advertisements, serials, all these things have a lot of effect on us. जो उसमें दिखाते हैं या कहते हैं, कहीं ना कहीं वो हमारे माइंड में रह जाती हैं चीजें. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट व्हाट वी चूज टू सी, what we choose that our children see and what they learn. It's very important. So at the end of this chapter, the author has written, we are all here to transcend our early limitations, whatever they were. We are all here to transcend our early limitations, whatever they were. तो जो भी हमारी limitations हम सोच के बैठे हैं, वो सब, we have to change them. We have to bring in positive affirmations for ourselves. We are here to recognize our own magnificence and divinity, no matter what they told us. You have your negative beliefs to overcome, and I have my negative beliefs to overcome. So we all have to overcome our own negative beliefs. We have to work on ourselves. We have to write them down. We have to reaffirm with positive affirmations. We have to do our own self-healing. Okay. So this is the part that I did, the meditation on. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. The past has no power over me because I am willing to learn and to change. I see the past as necessary to bring me to where I am today. I am willing to begin where I am right now, to clean the rooms of my mental house. I know it does not matter where I start, so I now begin with the smallest and easiest rooms. And in that way, I will see results quickly. I am thrilled to be in the middle of this adventure, for I know I will never go through this particular experience again. I am willing to set myself free. All is well in my world. This is really beautifully written. We should, make a habit of reading this uh, for, for healing ourselves, and do it as part of your meditation. So we are at the end of this chapter. Now we move on to chapter 4. Okay, chapter 4. Is it true? Okay. Okay. Truth is the unchangeable part of me. Truth is the unchangeable part of me. The question, is it real or true? Is it true or real has two answers, yes and no. It is true if you believe it to be true. It is not true if you believe it isn't true. The glass is both half full and half empty, depending on how you look at it. There are literally billions of thoughts we can choose to think. Most of us choose to think the same kinds of thoughts our parents used to think. But we don't have to continue to do this. There is no law written that says we can only think in one way. So if somebody's told us something about us, all those things that the author was saying, that you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you don't look good, we don't have to believe them. We don't have to keep them as a thought and, continue to stay with that. We can change our own beliefs. We can change our thoughts. So this is very important. There is no law written that says we can only think in one way. So we don't need to believe what people tell us. We have to set our own rules, our own standards, our own beliefs, our own boundaries. Whatever I choose to believe becomes true for me. Whatever I choose to believe becomes true for me. Very important. Let's underline it. Whatever you choose to believe becomes true for you. Our thoughts can be totally different. Our lives and experiences are totally different. Everybody has their own experiences. Whatever they believe, even about us, that's their belief. We don't have to believe what others think about us. Examine your thoughts. Whatever we believe becomes true for us. If you have a certain sudden financial disaster, then on some level, you may believe you are unworthy of being comfortable with money, or you believe in burdens and debt. Or if you believe that nothing good ever lasts, maybe you believe that life is out to get you. As I hear so often, I just can't win. If you seem unable to attract a relationship, you may believe nobody loves me or I am unlovable. Perhaps you fear being dominated as your mother was. Or maybe you think people just hurt me. So here the author is saying that if we have a financial disaster, we start believing that, we're always going to be in debts, या हमारे साथ, ऐसे ही होने वाला है. हम यही thought create करते हैं और फिर यही believe करते हैं. अगर relationship कुछ नहीं ठीक रहा तो फिर हम ये belief रख लेते हैं कि nobody loves me, मेरे साथ हर बार ऐसा ही होता है. तो it's very important कि जो हम थिंक करते हैं वो ही हम बिलीव करते हैं. सो वी हैव टू बी अवेयर ऑफ आवर थॉट्स. हम क्या थॉट क्रिएट कर रहे हैं अपने लिए. इफ यू हैव पुअर हेल्थ, यू मे बिलीव illness runs in our family, or that you are a victim of the weather, or perhaps it's I was born to suffer, or it's just one thing after another. So the same goes for health. If you don't feel well, और अगर बीमार हो तो हम कहते हैं हम ऐसे ही हैं. एंड इन दैट वेज फिर हम रिकवर भी नहीं कर पाते क्योंकि वो हमारी बिलीफ हो जाती है. और यू मे हैव अ डिफरेंट बिलीफ. Perhaps you're not even aware of your belief. Most people really aren't. They just see the outer circumstances as being the way the cookie crumbled. Until someone can show you the connection between the outer experiences and the inner thoughts, you remain a victim in life. So we author is saying sometimes we are not even aware of what our thoughts are. So as the author shows that if the problem is financial disaster, what is the inner belief? I am not worthy of having money. So if there's a financial disaster, we create this belief that I'm not worthy of having money. If we don't have friends, we create the belief nobody loves me. If there are problems with work, the belief is I'm not good enough. And when we are always pleasing others, the inner belief is I never get my way. Whatever the problem is, it comes from a thought pattern, and thought patterns can be changed. Whatever the problem is, it comes from a thought pattern. This is very important. And thought patterns can be changed. It may feel true, it may seem true. All these problems we are wrestling with and juggling in our lives. We feel they are true and they seem true, but they are not true. It's just our thinking that we need to change. And our thinking, what we think is what we get. Our thoughts create our destiny. This is important that, we always remember that it is what we think inside that is going to be there outside. Our thoughts create our destiny. All these problems we are wrestling with and juggling in our lives, they feel and seem true. However, no matter how difficult an issue we are dealing with, it is only an outer result or the effect of an inner thought pattern. It is only an outer result or the effect of an inner thought pattern. If you don't know what thoughts are creating your problems, you're in the right place now. If you don't know what thoughts are creating your problems, you are in the right place now because this book is designed to help you find out. Look at the problems in your life. Ask yourself, what kinds of thoughts am I having that create this? This is important, this is also an exercise we can do to write what kinds of thoughts am I having that create this? If you allow yourself to sit quietly and ask this question, your inner intelligence will show you the answer. Even when we sit and meditate, we sit in silence, we we self-reflect, and we look at what our thoughts are that are creating this. We can sit and write in a diary, what am I thinking? What is my inner belief? How can I change it? All these things are really important for us to heal. Is everyone with me? Is everyone understanding? Is everyone with me? Can anyone? Okay. Thank you, Karuna ji. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. It's only a belief you learned as a child. It's only a belief you learned as a child. Some of the things we believe are positive and nourishing. These thoughts serve us well all of our lives, such as look both ways before you cross the street. Other thoughts are very useful at the beginning, but as we grow older, they are no longer appropriate. Don't trust strangers. May be good advice for a small child, but for an adult to continue this belief will only create isolation and loneliness. So this is important, when we are children, we are often said, don't trust strangers, don't talk to them. But अगर हम वही belief आगे भी रखें, तो फिर ऐसे किसी को भी हम trust नहीं कर पाएंगे, हम किसी से बात नहीं कर पाएंगे. So that will create isolation and loneliness. Why do we so seldom sit down and ask ourselves, is that really true? For instance, why do I believe things like, it's difficult for me to learn? Is that really true? Why do I believe things like, it's difficult for me to learn? हम क्यों ये belief create करते हैं कि ये नहीं होगा, ये मैं नहीं कर सकती? क्यों, कहाँ से आती है ये beliefs? Better questions to ask are, is it true for me now? Where did that belief come from? Do I still believe it because a first grade teacher told me that over and over? Do I still believe it because someone told me that again and again? Would I be better off if I dropped that belief? Ask yourself this question. Would I be better off if I dropped that limiting belief? Beliefs that boys don't cry and girls don't climb trees create men who hide their feelings and women who are afraid to be physical. If we were taught as a child that the world is a frightening place, then everything we hear that fits that belief, we will accept as true for us. If we were taught as a child that the world is a frightening place, then everything we hear that fits that beliefs, we will accept as true for us. The same is true for don't trust strangers, don't go out at night, or people cheat you. On the other hand, if we were taught early in life that the world is a safe place, then we would hold other beliefs. This is so important. Like, if we are taught in our childhood that the world is a safe place, then we would hold other beliefs. We could easily accept that love is everywhere and people are so friendly and I always have whatever I need. We could accept that love is everywhere and people are so friendly. It's because we have created these beliefs, कि don't trust strangers, people cheat you. तभी फिर हम, किसी पे ट्रस्ट नहीं कर पाते, बिलीव नहीं कर पाते. अगर उसी जगह हम ये थॉट क्रिएट करें कि लव इज एवरीवेयर, people are so friendly, everybody loves me, then our lookout will be different. If you were taught as a child that it's all my fault, then you will walk around always feeling guilt no matter what happens. If you were taught as a child that it's all my fault, then you will walk around always feeling guilt no matter what happens. So that these are where the guilt comes from. जब हमें बोला जाता है कि तुम्हारी गलती है, and we start believing it. और वही हमारी thought बन जाती है. Your belief will turn you into someone who's always saying, I'm sorry. Because you're always living in the guilt. You're always thinking it's your fault. If you learned to believe as a child, I don't count, then this belief will always keep you at the end of the line, wherever you are. Like my childhood experience about not getting any cake. Okay, see my story, chapter 16. Okay, she must be discussing in that. Her childhood experience about not getting any cake. Sometimes you feel you're invisible when others fail to notice you. Yeah. Did your childhood circumstances teach you to believe nobody loves me? Then you are sure to be lonely. Even when you bring a friend or relationship into your life, it will be short-lived. Did your family teach you there is not enough? Then I'm sure you often feel as though the cupboard is bare, or you find you just get by or are always in debt. So having this beliefs that nobody loves me, and you'll always find that, all the relationships are short-lived. And the feeling that there is not enough, फिर उससे कभी भी वो complete feeling आएगी नहीं, no matter what you get. Even if you'll have everything, फिर भी वो completeness नहीं आएगी, because वो thought create किया है ना कि there is not enough. Okay. I had a client who had been brought up in a household where they believed everything was wrong and could only get worse. She was brought up in a household where they believed everything was wrong and could only get worse. His main joy in life was playing tennis, and then he hurt his knee. He went to every doctor he could find, and it only got worse. Finally, he could not play at all. So the only good part of his life was playing tennis, and then eventually he couldn't play at all. Another person had been brought up as a preacher's son, and as a child, he was taught that everybody else came first. As a child, he was taught that everybody else came first. The preacher's family always came last. Today, he is wonderful at helping his clients get the best deal. Yet, he's usually in debt with little pocket money. His belief still makes him last in line. See, so the belief that you keep with yourself is what stays with you. So it's very important कि हम अपने beliefs check करें. If you believe it, it seems true. How often have we said, that's the way I am, or that's the way it is? हम कितनी बार कहते हैं ना, मैं ऐसा ही हूँ, ये ऐसा ही है. Those specific words are really saying that that's what we believe to be true for us. That's what we believe to be true for us. Usually, what we believe is only someone else's opinion we have incorporated into our belief systems. This is important. We should underline this. What we believe is only someone else's opinion we have incorporated into our belief systems. No doubt, it fits right in with all the other things we believe. Are you one of the many people who will get up in the morning, see that it's raining, and say, "Oh, what a lousy day"? It is not a lousy day, it is only a wet day. If we wear the appropriate clothing and change our attitude, we can have a lot of rainy day fun. If it is really our belief that rainy days are lousy days, then will we always greet rain with a sinking heart? Then we will always greet rain with a sinking heart. We will fight the day rather than flow with what is happening in the moment. If we want a joyous life, we must think joyous thoughts. तो जब भी कोई भी थॉट क्रिएट करें, अगर वो लग रहा है नेगेटिव की तरफ जा रही है, उसको पॉजिटिव में कन्वर्ट करना है. जैसे ऑथर कह रहा है ना, इट्स नॉट अ लाउजी डे, इट्स ओनली अ वेट डे. If we want a prosperous life, we must think prosperous thoughts. If we want a loving life, we must think loving thoughts. Whatever we send out mentally or verbally will come back to us in like form. So whatever we give is whatever we get. It's a very simple formula. Whatever thought we'll create, whatever we'll give the universe is what we get back. And whatever we send out mentally or verbally will come back to us in light form. It's not just verbally, it's mentally. It all starts with our thoughts. Each moment is a new beginning. Each moment is a new beginning. I repeat, the point of power is always in the present moment. The
Excuse me,
point of
sister.
power,
ये जो
yes,
ये जो आथर ने कहा है, वॉट एवर वी सेंड आउट मेंटली और वर्बली,
हाँ
तो
जी,
तो जो हम बोलते हैं या भेजते हैं वो वापस आता है हमारे पास उसी रूप में।
एग्जैक्टली वही ऑथर कह रहे हैं ना कि जो भी हम थॉट क्रिएट करते हैं, जैसे ऑथर ने पहले भी बताया एग्जाम्पल्स देके कि जो भी हम थॉट क्रिएट करते हैं वो हम बिलीव करते हैं और फिर वही हमारे साथ होता है। जैसे हमेशा कहते हैं ना, यूनिवर्स, वट एवर वी गिव इज वॉट वी गेट। It's a very simple formula. Whatever we are thinking, and it all starts with our thoughts. तो जो भी हम थॉट क्रिएट करते हैं हमारे पास वो ही वापस आता है। सो ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है कि हम अपने थॉट्स को नोटिस करें। जो अभी अगर हमसे कोई कुछ कह रहा है, अगर हम वो बिलीव करने लग जाएंगे तो हमारे पास वही आएगा। अगर हम उसी थॉट को पॉजिटिवली एफर्मेशन करेंगे, उसी थॉट का पॉजिटिव क्रिएशन करेंगे, तो दैट्स व्हाट वील अट्रैक्ट। वी अट्रैक्ट व्हाट वी आर। सो इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट कि हम अपने थॉट्स को नोटिस करें। अभी हम करते हैं डिस्कशन, बस ये लास्ट कंप्लीट कर लें। हाउ लॉन्ग इज दिस? Should we just finish this last bit? I'm just checking how long is it. Okay, let's just go through this last bit, then we'll discuss. Each moment is a new beginning. I repeat, the point of power is always in the present moment. You are never stuck. This is where the changes take place, right here and right now in our own minds. It doesn't matter how long we've had a negative pattern or an illness or a poor relationship or lack of finances or self-hatred. We can begin to make a shift today. So, sister, see here the answer is to your question. We can begin to make a shift today. Your problem no longer needs to be the truth for you. It can now fade back to the nothingness from whence it came. You can do it. You remember, you are the only person who thinks in your mind. You are the power and authority in your world. You are the power and authority in your world. Your thoughts and beliefs of the past have created this moment and all the moments up to this moment. Your thoughts and beliefs of the past have created this moment. What you are now choosing to believe and think and say will create the next moment and the next day and the next month and the next year. So, what you choose to believe and think will create the next moment. Yes, you darling, I can give you the most marvelous advice. Sorry. I can give you the most marvelous advice coming from my years of experience, yet you can continue to choose to think the same old thoughts. You can refuse to change and keep all your problems. You are the power in your world. You get to have whatever you choose to think. ये लिख लेना चाहिए सबको. You are the power in your world. You get to choose, you get to have whatever you choose to think. This moment begins the new process. Each moment is a new beginning, and this moment is a new beginning for you right here and right now. Isn't that great to know? This moment is the point of power. This moment is where the change begins. Okay. So I think we'll stop here for today and then we'll start from is it true? Okay. So now we'll take your questions. All right. Okay. So I think now we can take the questions and learnings.
Sorry, Anika ji. One
Hanji.
more one more question. Is it
Hanji.
available in Hindi language? Power of Now books PDF in PDF?
Hanji, yeah, it is available. I think post भी किया था हमने group में.
एक्चुअली मैंने लास्ट वाला ये सेशन अटेंड ही नहीं किया, एक ही बार अटेंड किया था, पूरा मंथ मैंने डिले कर दिया, मतलब नहीं किया, तो मुझे कुछ भी पता नहीं उस बारे में।
हांजी
पावर ऑफ
हांजी. तो हमारी ना YouTube पे पूरे रिकॉर्डेड सेशंस हैं पावर ऑफ नाउ के भी. तो वी कैन शेयर द लिंक इन द चैट बॉक्स एज वेल
नहीं,
ऑफ
वहां में
द.
देख लूंगी मैं, बस हिंदी में
हांजी.
पीडीएफ चाहिए उसका मुझे, पावर ऑफ नाउ का।
अच्छा. हाँ जी, वो भी हम चेक कर लेते हैं, अगर अवेलेबल होएगा तो we'll share it for sure.
ओके, थैंक यू जी, थैंक यू।
Most welcome. Okay. So who would like to share what they've learned today? आज का क्या takeaway? I think there were so many takeaways today. हाँ जी, राजीव जी. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
There are so many takeaways today.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand, but I am finally talking about the last, that we should, whatever is we done in past, it depends our present, and now what we decide, it depends further. So we should be aware about the present and feel that Almighty is giving a lot of things, and so we are aware and for receiving it, and we are receiving like that. The Almighty is giving all things to me and my all friends, and because we treat all one as a friend, we should treat all one as a friend and give messages to them that जो भी हो मेरे साथ भी भला हो और दूसरे के साथ भी भला हो, और मेरे अर्जित पुण्य में सब कोई भागी हो.
हाँ जी. हाँ जी. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing, brother. Okay. Anuradha ji, sister. हाँ जी.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister.
Today's session was a very deep session. In
हाँ
this
जी.
session, we learned that we don't have to check our thoughts. We need to check the beliefs which drive those thoughts. And
Yeah.
most of the beliefs are very silly, like we are carrying it from childhood, like unaware, like do not talk to the strangers. Example, what she gave.
Yeah.
This is a very it's good for a child, but we keep on carrying unconsciously even today, and that is what creating our problems or issues in our current life. So we need to have very deep checking, and we need to have checking at every moment, like why am I getting those thoughts and from where those thoughts are coming from. So we need to have a deeper checking at the belief level. Only then we can change our fortune or our destiny. And it is not true that it's not written that you are going to be having financial problems. Everything, whatever is coming, you are the creator of it,
Yeah.
whether you know it or not. Huh. So we have been, obviously, at least in my life, I didn't have the people who love me. They themselves, they have put so much of negative beliefs in me. So we need to have what to say, unbiased checking, I can say, and it takes a lot of learning, and it's not in in one day we cannot change.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Thank you. Thank you, sister.
the
Yeah, you
belief
explained.
system, that's what drives our thoughts.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
Okay,
Very true.
thank you.
Thank you so much, sister, for sharing. You explained very beautifully. Thank you. Okay, Karuna ji. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
My takeaway is the lessons that we learn seem perfectly matched to the weaknesses of the parents we have. The parents you picked this time around are the perfect couple who are experts in what you have chosen to learn. By weaknesses of the parents, I can share that my mother is very sensitive. She feels many little things, and so am I. But I need to learn many things from that. Uh, Many times my mother is painful when somebody says something or does something, and I also feel the same in my life with different kinds of people. But we need to learn how to uh, how to move forward in life, how to let them go, how to forgive and forget, and all this I am learning in this after joining brahmakumaris, and all those self-help books are helping me a lot. So I am learning how to overcome these weaknesses, and yes, they are perfect couple who are experts in what I have chosen to learn. Thank you.
No, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing, sister. Okay. Um, who else would like to share? Anyone else? Hanji. Yes, Ritika sister. Hanji.
ओम शांति सिस्टर।
Om Shanti sister. Hanji.
जी, आज का जो मेरा टेक अवे रहेगा वो ये है कि जो प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं वो जस्ट हमारे थॉट्स में होती हैं। मीन्स अगर हम अपने थॉट्स को बदल लेंगे तो प्रॉब्लम्स आल्सो गेट चेंज। एंड सेकंड वन इज लाइक जैसे बाबा कहते हैं ना मुरलियों में कि एक भैंस का एग्जाम्पल देते हैं कि किसी को कहा गया कि आप भैंस हो भैंस हो। तो वो उसने बिलीव करना शुरू कर दिया और वो उसने कहा कि मैं इस दरवाजे से क्रॉस नहीं कर सकता। लाइक वैसे ही जैसे अगर हमें कोई बात बारी बारी कहने लग जाए कि तुम ऐसे हो और हम उसे बिलीव करने लग जाते हैं तो वही हमारी उसमें बिलीफ्स में इंक्लूड हो जाता है और हम अपने आप को वही ही मानने लग जाते हैं। मीन्स जैसे बचपन में हमें किसी ने कुछ कहा तो हमने वो चीज को एक्सेप्ट करके उसको मान लिया कि हम ऐसे ही हैं और हम उसके अगेंस्ट एक्शन नहीं ले पाते। तो मीन्स यही कह रहा है ऑथर कि मैं ऐसा ही हूँ या ये बात ऐसी ही है। ये जो बात उन्होंने कहा है कि जो शब्द है वो जो हम मानते हैं वो किसी और की मत होती है हमारी नहीं होती। उसे हम अपनी अवस्थाओं में मीन्स अपनी उसमें ऐड कर लेते हैं। मीन्स हम उसको बिलीव करने लग जाते हैं। और लास्ट जो है लास्ट में जो ऑथर ने कहा था कि पावर इज इन प्रेजेंट मोमेंट। जो अब हम इस समय हमारे पास है जो हो चुका वो हो चुका उसको लेट गो कर दो और अभी एट प्रेजेंट वी कैन स्टार्ट अ न्यू। दैट्स इट।
Yeah.
थैंक यू सिस्टर।
Thank you, sister. Thank you, Hanji. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Neelam sister. Hanji.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
My takeaway from today's session is first is like we are here on this planet to learn lessons. So if we have this perspective, like whatever happened in my life, I'm learning something. Whatever happening is for my benefits. So this line is very beautiful. That visit to planet is like to go to school. So everything happening, I'm learning something at every moment, bad or good. I'm keep improving. And second, about the thought process. So there is no law here to think in one way. The example of the class, it depends on perspective. No, this someone says it's half full, someone will say it's half empty. So it is all about our perspective. So we can see everything of our life in the positive perspective. And the last thing is any point can be the moment, changeable moment of for us. We can start at this moment to change for our life. That's
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing, sister. Yeah. And that point is really nice that you said we are constantly learning and improving. So if we keep that attitude, it'll, help us to grow. That there's still a lot to learn and there's still a lot to work on ourselves. So thank you for sharing, sister. Anyone else would like to share? Okay, Karuna sister. Hanji.
In the starting, I was saying that now the meditation you did today was very
Yeah.
beautiful and it touched my heart. The
Hmm.
line I liked the most was I am thrilled to be in the middle of this adventure. कई बार हम
Yeah.
लोग बोलते हैं ना ये कहाँ फंस गए हम लोग अगर इसको
Yes.
एडवेंचर की तरह सोचेंगे if we
Yeah.
change our perspective our thoughts our belief will change and it will be true for us. This will be treated as an adventure for I know I will never go through this particular experience again. I will never go through this particular experience again because I will learn from my past. Then the past has no power over me because I am willing to learn and to change. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's so true. Author ने जैसे लिखा है ना कि this is a beautiful experience you're going through. जिस words में उन्होंने लिखा है. So that's a very good way of looking at it. We are thrilled to be in the middle of this adventure. Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you so
Thank you
much for
for giving
sharing.
me the second chance to speak.
Definitely. We are all together in this and it's become like a family now. We've been reading these books for over a month. So it's really nice and we should all share what we believe and what we think, what we've learned. So thank you so much for sharing. Okay. Anyone else wants to share anything? Okay. So we'll open the group as well for everyone to share their learnings and feedback. And okay, I've got this message. We have the power to change. So what we think will definitely happen, maybe today, later, or after some time. Correct. Okay. So thank you so much for interacting and giving your opinions, participating. It's really nice when everyone participates and we're all learning and evolving together. So thank you so much for this beautiful session. Yes, we are transforming, right? Okay. So we'll see you tomorrow and I'll end this session with a beautiful song. Thank you so much, everyone, for connecting. Om Shanti. Thank you.
I will take a chance to be who I'm meant to be. I won't let fear keep me from trying. It's time for me to make a change, to start living the life I want. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be, make dreams reality. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I won't live the life others expect of me. I want to be proud of who I'm becoming. It's time for me to make a change, to start living the life I want. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be, make dreams reality. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. Step by step, I will make my own way, even when others don't believe me. Brick by brick, I will build my destiny. I can't wait to see who I've become. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be, make dreams reality. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be, make dreams reality. I'm never giving up. 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 I'm never giving up.